Places of worship need to work on this, and the society at large needs to have spaces where men go out to vent. Venye kuna Sunday school na kuna church, inafaa kuwa na men corner somewhere. Mnaletwa hapo on Sunday ama on Saturday ama wherever, and you just vent. The government, NGOs also need to create programs that empower boy child. Good morning. So yesterday I did a post, and there are some guys who are saying it's too long, they can't read it. All right, so let me help you, because this is very important, and it should also be very important to you. We are currently going through, I can call it a pandemic. There's something that's happening very bad. There's a high rate of murder cases in the country, that is Kenya, and it's not a good thing. It's inhuman. I personally condemn it, and it's an act that should be severely punished. And when I talk about it, a lot of people will misunderstand. People always have a way of understanding things the way they want. Listen, I will say the way I see it. However you understand is entirely up to you, okay? So, a lot has been happening. Girl child is under siege, and the men are the perpetrators, okay? Apart from the cult-like murders, the other ones for there was a disagreement kidogo, the man did this, the woman is late, and this and that. We need to find out why. Why are some men lashing out? Why? You see, what most people choose to ignore is that most men have been hurting for a while, if not all of us. Nobody cares. We get mistreated, we get overlooked, we get harshly judged. A man can do the same thing a woman would do. A man would be punished severely, the woman would get maybe a trend on Twitter, and that's it. Like it's a brush of the shoulder, you see? And a lot of men have things that are going through their lives. So most of these murders you find, they are trigger enabled. Like they have trigger points. There's something. For you to just kill somebody, bro, it's not something that just happens. It has to start from somewhere. Something has to happen. You know, it's not a normal thing. People have trigger points. We need to figure out, what are these trigger points for these men? Is it poor upbringing? Is it depression? Is it their heart? Is it humiliation, mistreatment? Is it unhealed childhood trauma? You see, there's a lot that is putting these men on a fika kwa corner. Then now they're lashing out to this point, and then everybody's like, oh, what is happening? Oh, then everybody's coming and insulting the men as well. Wanaume, metuchosha. Listen, men have been hurting for a while. Instead of being very quick to insult and put all the men in that category, trust me, there's so many men who are committing suicide and nobody's talking about it. Actually, there's a research that shows that in Kenya, an estimated number of about 311 people die by suicide yearly. Okay? 77 are women. 240 are men. 240. That is the standard extract report. Think about it. But nobody's vocal about it. Why? Because wanaume. Yeah, nobody cares. We need to find out what the problem is. It's an issue that is sorting ASAP. Men are lacking mentors. Men are lacking best friends. Like, tuko na Memorial. Yeah, we have Memorial. We drink with them, we play with them, we club with them and everything. But best friends, that the one that when you're going through something you call. Nothing. Mwanaume, meet any man now. Mwambie niaje bro. Poa sana, fiti. Do you think ni fiti? No, it's not. There's a man who just discovered the wife just cheated. There's a man who just got laid off. There's a man who just got insulted with whoever, the boss. There's a man who just got gender-based violence. Like, everything is happening and nobody just cares. But ukimuliza, niaje bro, niko fiti. Mambo niko sawa. Hawako sawa. Men are hurting. Your brothers, your dads, your uncles, your nephews, your sons, your boyfriends, your sponsors, they're all hurting, but they're not talking because nobody cares. See? Now our daughters are in danger because some of us are falling under pressure. Look at the guy with the ex-wife and the boyfriend story that happened the other day. What do you think happened? It is saddening. It's worrying. You see? As much as we don't know the stories, trust me, there's always a story. And the time is now. Check on the men. Check on the boys in the society. Okay? It's very good to tell our daughters, sisters, mothers, aunties how to be safe. But it is more and more important to tell our boys how to be safe spaces. How can our daughters and sisters and mothers and aunties and grandmothers feel safe around men? When they're around, they're like, oh, no, I'm safe. I'm with this person. You see? Let's teach men how to empathize, how to sympathize, how to speak up when they're hurting. Okay? And let's stop laughing at men when they come out. A man comes out and says, guys, I'm unable to pay this bill. Tafadhali munisaidie, munaanza kumchekelea. A man comes out and says, oh, guys, nimepigwa, munaanza kumchekelea. Oh, guys, I'm depressed, munaanza kumchekelea. A man gets so rich or so wealthy, then all of a sudden all the money disappears. The man is so broke and then begging, munaanza kumchekelea. Munasema, unaona huyo? That guy used to be very rich. Angalia venye yako, you're mocking him instead of figuring out what happened. And when you come down and sit down, you find something happened. There is always a story. Places of worship need to work on this, and the society at large needs to have spaces where men go out to vent. Venye kuna Sunday school na kuna church, inafaa kuwa na men corner somewhere. Munetu hapo on Sunday ama on Saturday ama wherever, and you just vent. The government, NGOs also need to create programs that empower boy child. Things that support him and teach him how to handle empowered women. By handling empowered women, I don't mean at, oh, you're disrespecting the woman. No. The woman is already empowered. When she comes back home and she says, I'm tired, I can't cook for you. As a man, you need to understand that her job is not to cook for you. And you need to understand and take it as a man and go, oh, okay, yeah, she's there. Instead of going to like, oh, yeni kichwa ngumu. No. We need to learn how to handle that. Most men don't know. Na hapo ninaanzianga. Nilimwambia nipikia kakata. Nilimwambia nifulia kakata. Yes, ya uselp wako, but most men don't know that because they've not been raised like that. You see? Bloggers need to verify your stories before you post them. Because the minute you post, there's so much that you break that you have no idea. Or may post for likes and views, not to get that money from YouTube or whatever, but families are breaking. Men are hurting. Everybody, the society at large. The fans, stop being brainwashed very quickly. Stop being quick to take sides. Umeona tu headline hivi. Ah, kwisha. Nini? Matusi. Before you write anything online that is negative, sit down and think. And I'm always wondering, why is it that we are normally very fast to write negative things and not fast to write positive things? Today someone says something positive that I ignore. But negative, they'll be the first one to insult you. They don't even know the story. There's always two sides. There's this side, you know, and then there's the truth. And all the leaders, think before acting. Everyone is watching and learning from you. I saw a picture the other day was trending of this politician standing, and then there's a boy behind him, a young boy holding an umbrella. You guy, like, my G, man. If it doesn't amount to child abuse, it amounts to child harassment. I don't know. Like, there were no other grown-ups there. You didn't have a bodyguard. You don't have a PA. You don't have a manager. You don't have your friend, or someone, or a teacher in that school. You want to take the small boy to stand there and then win him refu so you can see the boy is really struggling to stretch. And then how long do you think the boy stood there so that they can please you? And probably also when you left, you just told him, thank you, young man. You're destined for greatness. I mean, guys, let's just be real, eh? Men are suffering. Men are going through a lot. Look at Salasia, for example. Why is he lashing out? Something is happening. But we are not willing to get into that conversation. Why? Because it is Salasia. Ah, Salasia, mwone, ona tu bangi zake. Oh, we ona ni ujinga. The power is getting to the head. No. There is something. But we are not willing to talk about it. But amesukuma amefika kwa kona. Now that is the only way he knows how to communicate. But nobody's sitting down with him. Mentors, the governors, other MPs, the president, whoever, church leaders, they can't just call him and sit down with him and tell him, listen, bro, this is da da da. And everybody, they're just laughing. No. Guys, we are losing the plot completely. And we cannot continue like this. And if nothing is done, this is going to be a very huge pandemic, because the more men are being hurt and the more men are fika in kwa kona and the more men are lashing out, and then we are assuming. So we anafanya, anashtakiwa, anafungwa, then another one does it, then another one does it. Let's have a balanced way of handling things.